You are the surviving nominee from this round, and therefore I am presenting you with an advantage. Nikki, you are the recipient of a golden key.
What the fuck going on, man? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, R-I-Z-G-O-D, Riz God, baby. Bringing you another BBH confessional. Listen, I've been trying to make mine long and, like, really informative and trying to get you guys the scoop on everything. But Josh wants them a little shorter, better storytelling. I'm a pretty good storyteller, so let's get right into it. Obviously, this game is afoot. We're in now round 4. Last round, we saw Victoria go. A lot of shit happened in that round. With me having Liv win the HOH was so huge because Liv is somebody that I really, really look forwards to working with because she's a very close ally of mine. We definitely spoke very candidly about our possible targets. She mentioned possibly doing Megs as a backdoor or anything like that. So I really do trust Liv in this game. Going into it, I have finally now got into multiple alliances. One with Caro and Jabbar, who I very do trust, and one with Michael and Lamont, another group I really trust. I'm trying to position myself in with as many people as possible. And I'm going to be honest, I know how these games work. I know I'm not in the know. I understand there's a lot that's happening behind the scenes that I'm not aware of. I don't know what the bigger picture is. I'm not the star player. I'm not the star quarterback. I'm just a role player, and that's totally fine. I can give a rat's ass. I don't need to be calling the shots because the people that call the shots are going home. And I feel like there's a group, don't know the actual alliance, that don't really involve me. Preston being one of them, somebody that I really wanted to work with in this game. Preston has not put in any effort to make me feel like a close ally. Nikki, Luis, Meg, Sarah, that kind of group. Not that I feel burned by them because they haven't done anything to me, but we don't have really good rapport in a sense of a game talk. I definitely have a good enough relationship with them where I feel like they maybe won't put me on the block, but definitely nothing long-term. When I look at long-term allies in this game and people I could possibly go to the end with, it's Caro, it's Michael, it's Liv, it's Jabbar, it's Lamont. Then there's other people in my next tier list that I can work with well, but I know I'm not on the top of their priority list. Megan, Trey, Christian, who is slowly becoming somebody that I know I can rely on because when I play these games, I have conversations with people that tailor to their game based on my perception of their spot in the house. Christian wasn't aware that he could have been a possible renomination, and Liv told him that, which is kind of bonkers. Bad gameplay on her end. But Christian kind of feels on the bottom. Do I feel on the bottom? Like, yes, but I'm not stressed about it because I don't think I'm going to go home this round or the next round. I think everybody who wins HOH I'm relatively okay with. I don't think there's one person that would necessarily put me up. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel.
All right, so I'm going to do a confessional about this round that is how it's all playing out. So Victoria has been sent home, and 13-0. A little shocking how tides have turned so quickly yesterday into allowing her to go home. I just think that's super weird that had happened and like how fast it was. But I'm going into this new round. I am really, really, really wanting to win HOH. I feel like after my conversations yesterday, I heard through the grapevine that I was potentially going to be a renom if Sarah had used the POV. And this is where I'm at. I get told by Victoria that I was potentially going to be a renom. I have a call with Megs. Megs tells me that we were going to be that her and I were both potential renoms. Have a call with Caro. Caro tells me that I was potentially a renom, which Caro wants to be working together. And for someone who wants to work together, that's not very good to not tell me that I'm going to potentially be a renom, and without telling me. So that's shitty. So I'm very upset about that. And then I told her I had no idea that happened, and I didn't know that was going to happen, and I'm shocked, and I'm acting, and then Olivia calls me and is like, I'm sorry. I want to talk about this. I know I said that you're going to potentially be a renom. You are never going to be a renom. I just told people that because I thought those people I was telling were close with Megs. And I didn't want them to know that I was actually going to put up Megs if the power of veto was used. And I really try to play fully transparent and open and honest with my feelings and emotions. And hearing that sucked. I definitely thought I was going to be okay with an Olivia HOH.
Which means our top two teams are Christian and Preston and Jabbar and Louise by a time of 7 minutes and 32 seconds to 16 minutes and 40 seconds. The co-HOHs are Christian and Preston. Congratulations, Christian and Preston. Geez, that's really a tongue twister there. Nominations for you both are due between 10:30 and 11. Please coordinate so you're nominating different people. Remember, one nomination each, and then we'll do the veto draw right after nominations come in. I know it's a little bit of a later night, but you do have an off day on Saturday, so it'll all pay off on Saturday when it's a day off. So congratulations to you too, and good luck to everyone else.
I know from the get-go I'm going to be nominating Liv, solely based on our conversation from yesterday and hearing some people tell me that I was potentially the renom, but like not telling me in the sense that like, hey, I'm looking out for you, you're going to be a renom. It was like, I just heard this rumor. So that's a little concerning. But having to co-HOH with Preston, I know his easy nominee is Michael, and I don't like that whatsoever. I'm really connected with Michael. I think Michael's a little bit behind on the strategy side of things, and I love you. I'm sorry if you're watching this back. I love you so fucking much. I'm so sorry. But he's such a great personality, and I feel, and I need that. I need the good personality. And I'm really fucking vibing with Rizzo, and I always have and always will vibe with Rizzo. I think Rizzo's an amazing guy. He's so fucking smart and personable, and I love that. And we have now created the Ed, and Eddie. I don't know who is who and what is what, but we have created our little trio of us, and I 100% will do everything in my power that I can to keep us three safe. So we have this group. I'm definitely going to be nominating Liv, and I'm going to talk to people as much as I can in order to get all the information that I can.
I wasn't supposed to win HOH. And now I'm HOH with Christian. Oh no. Just stuck in traffic on the way home from work, so I'm gonna not respond to anyone for a little bit and just like brain vomit for a second because I'm happy I won because I do need to pick and choose what lane I want to play this game in, and I don't know what lane that is, but I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. I have to show my cards, and I think I'm literally shaking. That's so awful and homophobic. I can't believe I won. I'm okay. I won an HOH pre-jury. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. What I said to my prod chat earlier, and I think I probably will have to stick to this. I think I want to nominate someone from either 16 or 17 because there's still 4 of them, and I think that's a good way to go about it. As someone who's alone, Christian's also alone, so I think that's a good, we can go there. Of that, I think it would be Michael, Louise, or Megs that I nominate. Michael's so easy, but I just don't think Michael is like a huge threat to me right now. And I love Louise, but I don't know where I stand with her. It's so funny. I have no idea what Christian's going to want to do. I have a feeling he's going to want Liv up.
So Preston gets home and he wants to call Christian, and Preston's plan is to do what I think is a smart idea as co-HOH. You both have people that are untouchables for you. Hey, I have 2 to 3 people. You have 2 to 3 people. Let's agree to just not mutually touch them so we both can walk away with our allies safe and someone mutually good for us to go home. I think that's a great fucking plan, because if you both don't make this deal, you have each other targeting someone on your side, and then you walk away as outgoing HOH, and you might have lost an ally out of this. Like, okay. So Preston hops on the call with Christian, and Christian is like, no, everyone's on the table for me. Everyone's on the table for me. No one's safe for me. I don't care about anyone enough to save them in this game, which Preston happily goes around and tells everyone this. Anyone he can tell. Like, I offered him this deal, and Christian said, I don't like anyone enough in this game to save them. On top of the fact that every call Christian is on, Christian's like, I have no clue what I'm going to do, is not offering many people safety at all on these calls. Like, these narratives aren't helping you, Christian. No one is walking away hearing all these narratives being like, oh, Christian likes me. Christian would keep me safe. Everyone is nervous. Like, Preston tried. Had Christian taken the deal, I think we would have reached a solution inadvertently that actually was really good for their games, not because they were like, oh, we're at the bottom, we should nominate people who are at the top. It would have just, by the nature of the deal, come together where they end up with maybe Jabbar and Caro noms, which have been really fucking good for their games. But instead, because they didn't cut the deal because of Christian, we end up with noms that are bad for both of them. So let's get to, so we have Christian calling everyone, being like, Rizzo's my nom, yada, yada, yada. He's lying through his teeth, telling everyone, no one's safe. I don't feel good with anyone. Everyone's on the table, yada, yada, yada.
So weird.
Press is going around doing the exact opposite. Hey, you're good. You're safe with me. My nomination is Michael. We're all good. Well, Michael calls Rizzo because Rizzo has now been told that, hey, Preston's going to nominate Michael. So Rizzo calls Michael being like, what are the details of your key? I'm hearing you're going up. What are the details of your key? Like, can you vote if you use it? Like what, give me more of the details. That call gets cut short because he was told via text that Michael was going up. Rizzo then has to go call Preston to get more like confirm about it. So that call gets cut short. And then Preston calls Michael right after. So Michael has no time to kind of consult Rizzo about what may or may not transpire on this call. And Michael is in the headspace of, I need to make sure that Preston doesn't nominate me. I don't want to lose my key. I want to keep holding it. And Michael just exposes the key.
All right, so I'm here, and y'all probably know that I have used the key to guarantee my safety. My only regret is not waiting till the last minute to play that thing. Preston was 100% gonna nom me. I was about to have to go in there with one of my friends. I was gonna have to do that. I was gonna have to go in there with probably Liv or Caro, and I love them, but I know that I wouldn't have survived that. So in this moment, I only had to look out for me. I do believe that Preston was probably told people if he got in contact with Nikki, who I believe who has a key, they probably know everything, so the whole fucking thing's blown up. It is what it is. We all knew this was coming the minute Preston got nommed. I don't regret using the key. I just regret on how early I used it, and I shouldn't have said a shit, and I should have just played that thing at 9:25 Central Time is what I should have done. But it is what it is. I got a vote of confidence from my boy Rizzo. Hopefully some other shit unfolds and it takes the heat off of me a little bit between now and the next one. Whatever. I don't regret it. You guys are going to see me next round. I'm coming in. I'm in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this bitch. And it is what it is. I've said it before and I'll say it again because I ain't no bitch. I could have done it better, but I still did it. So, imagine if these motherfuckers try to take me out after this. I'll come off the fucking block again, and I get another fucking key. Bah!
Hey everybody, so it is my duty as one of the heads of household this round to nominate one of you for eviction, and after a crazy 30 minutes, I have unfortunately decided to nominate Louise. I wish you the best of luck in the veto.
Okay, as my responsibility is HOH, I have to nom somebody. Just based off how the information played out from last round and our conversation and how I see what's best for me in this moment, I think that I need to nominate Liv. Best of luck.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me debrief on this round. This past round has been unexpected in obviously so many ways. So initially, I was a little concerned about Christian and Preston winning because I didn't know where I stood with Preston. Preston and I are good. He reassured me we're good. All good on that end. Christian, I was unsure about. And I did fuck up. I accidentally told Christian that he was a renon option for Liv, and so he acted shocked, even though I knew that he knew. And I think that turned him off. Used that as excuse to nominate Liv. Chaos erupts. There's an advantage. Michael had never told me or anyone about it, and so now we're like, what the fuck is going on right now? Because literally the game is so much more complex now. We've got to now strategically decide, the person that we want to stay is now going to get this power. That complicates things for us. I think I'm in a weird spot right now personally, because if Louise versus Liv, I don't know where I lean in that front. Like, I think emotionally I lean towards Liv. We've like worked through things. We're super good. I know she trusts me. Whereas with Louise, you know, we don't keep up with each other as much, but when we do talk, it's fine. So I think this becomes really much more strategic for me, because when I look at my perception of the house, I think it might benefit me more to keep Louise and let go of Liv, although I don't want to. But I think if I decide to keep Louise here, she's gonna want to go after Preston. I've got my people that are also wanting to go after Preston, so we can pull a hit on Preston or Erica later on and kind of have the numbers for that. Whereas if I keep Liv here, I'm kind of keeping some of those people that I'm more uneasy about in power. And so I think I have to think about it more. I really hope the veto gets played here, because I hope that changes things. I don't want Rizzo to be a renom here. I know that's a possibility, but this is gonna get really tough.
Girls, that power that Michael used, like, I mean, I feel like totally just exploded the whole house. And honestly, I am here for it. I mean, I was basically saying in my like prod chat last night that like, okay, boring, like Preston nomming Michael, boring, like that's easy. I get it, but like, ugh, boring. I didn't want Christian to do the easy thing either, and he didn't.
Good morning. So last night, with the introduction of powers, or the introduction of our awareness of powers, and co-HOHs, there is just really a lot last night. So oh gosh, I feel like I was just taken aback at basically every level. I think that I was fairly early on the list to talk to Christian once he became available, and being in the 4-person almost alliance with Liv and Preston and Erica, was kind of aware of the directions Preston was going from the beginning. And so when I spoke with Christian, he made it sound like, or he full out said that he was going to be nominating Rizzo, and asked for some more input. He really kind of came at me hard asking about the veto from round 3 and not using it. And I guess he was trying to get information about who knew that Liv had talked about putting Christian up as a renom. And I truly do not remember Liv saying that. I don't know if I've like retroactively changed my memory to remember it after we talked about it anyway. So I assume that's the information he was trying to find out. But I really left the conversation thinking that he was going to nom Rizzo. Then Preston had said he was going to nom Michael. And those were the things that I knew. Then bam, 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 everything changed. And we find out about the powers. Michael told Preston about the powers. And so it was like a flurry of... So it felt good that in the Almost Alliance, he came to us and was listening to us and sharing that information. That was great. Then it just felt like all of a sudden, okay, Liv and Louise are noms. Pew! Nomination ceremony. It was just very, very fast. So I don't know at what point Christian's mind changed or if that was kind of his intent all along. So that's interesting. This morning in talking with Nikki, this morning when I woke up, I wasn't aware. Obviously we knew the powers existed, but Nikki said that everyone knows how the powers are received and all of that kind of stuff. So obviously lots talking last night.
Comes down to Preston and Erica by a score of 22 veto chips to 18 veto chips. The winner of the power of veto is Preston. Congratulations, Preston. You have won the power of veto.
Hey everybody, so as you know, I won the power veto, which gives me the choice to remove either Liv or Louise from the block. And after a lot of careful consideration, I have decided to use the power veto on Louise and put up Rizzo in her place. I'm very sorry. Best of luck to both nominees.
So going into this vote, I'm kind of thinking, I'm in, like Treyas mentioned, like we are kind of like the swing votes. And that me and Trey are gonna have this weird relationship where I think we're both playing a similar game, and I think I need Liv to go home this round. I don't want there to be too much chaos, and maybe he's smart in thinking that of keeping her to go after the people that will win comps. But something in my heart is telling me that on one part he's right, but on the second part, I think I have a better odds on my side of the house with Michael, because my relationship with Michael isn't as strong as it is with Rizzo, and I need Rizzo to keep us together. And plus, if Rizzo goes now, Michael goes soon after, and then I have back to my one alliance with all these things. So I want to keep my alliances safe.
Okay, oh my gosh, a lot to catch you all up on this round. I'm sorry I haven't done a confessional. It's 8 in the morning, campaign day, let's go. Okay, so Preston, Christian win HOH. Did not feel good about that HOH. It was like, Christian's probably going to put me up, or he's going to renom me. Really, more beneficially, he put me up first, which is good. So I was Christian's initial nom. I tried in that conversation. Apparently, I swayed him more towards putting me up, so that's great. I think he's just scared of my position, who I'm working with in the game, and that it's not who's working with him, which, true. But now, definitely gonna put you up, Christian, so thanks for that permission. And then, also gonna stay. Not definitely, but gonna stay. And let's see. So then good veto draw. I'm like optimistic about veto. Tried my hardest in the veto. And but I guess let's say that it was a very, very turbulent night. And yeah, it unfortunately was like such a mess, because Michael used that power, which he definitely could have not used that power if I had known that Christian was for sure putting me up, because then I could have gone, Preston, listen, I'm gonna get put up, don't put me up against Michael, I need Michael's vote to stay, or maybe I can get that power from Michael and then you can put Michael up. Like, I don't know. There were just so many options there, which all got eliminated with the timing of which Michael played that thing. And then Christian told me I was nommed, and then I ran to Preston, and then it was too late because he had already talked to Louise about the plan to try to get her to go up on the block and stay and get the power, blah, 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 blah. Because Christian's this fucking wild card, and I'm taking him out.
So, this is a lose-lose for me, personally, in this game. Either Liv's going home, or Rizzo's going home. This is my fault. Now, do I understand that I probably had to play the key here? I said in yesterday's confessional, I should have just told Liv about the damn key. And truthfully, we probably could have got out of this mess. These are just the two people I trust the most in this house right now. It's not a good feeling. So no matter how I come out of this one's on me. Rizzo's gonna be a good friend after this game. I think I just made me a best friend, you know? I really do. Liv is somebody that, like, it's gonna affect me more. I think it just got to a place where, like, I built so much trust in her so fast that I just had this expectation. Trying I was gonna go deep into this game with her. Trying my best to be okay. Trying my best. I truly believe she would have looked out for me for the better part of this game. Would there have come a time where she would have taken a shot at me? Probably. Would I have been smart enough or skilled enough to take the first shot at her? Probably not. Had a late game vision with Liv. Real late. Oh my God, man. Liv is just so good at seeing the picture and being 2 steps ahead of everybody. I feel like I failed her. If you really wanted.
I'm feeling very disheartened by the way that the tides have turned and the way that the votes are going. I'm especially feeling disheartened by Lamont. I don't really understand how keeping Rizzo is what Lamont said is better for his game. That doesn't make much sense to me because based on conversations, he hasn't made much of a connection with Rizzo. And, you know, by keeping Liv, he said, voting to keep Liv, he said he would have me and Liv and Erica, who are all strong players, who have won competitions, who want to work with him. That seems the better game plan. Obviously, I don't know the other conversations that are happening. I know that he'd mentioned before that he doesn't super want to get into alliances and things like that, but he seemed very, very bothered tonight that he wasn't pulled into an alliance. So I just feel a lot of conflicting emotions about that. I told him truthfully and honestly that I would want to continue to work with him moving forward, but there is absolutely a level of trust that's not the same anymore, a level of willingness to be open that's not the same anymore. After something like this, after, hearing him tell Liv or knowing he told Liv that he was going to vote one way and then not voting and then flipping that.
Okay, you want the tea? Too bad I just have beer. This round shifted and now I think the game is happening. I'm excited because A, I'm not on the block. B, I think I'm getting my way. And C, now I see a direction. I am hoping that in a couple hours we'll get the news that Rizzo has survived the block. So he'll have a safety with power, without power. Who cares? Whatever. So I need to keep working on my relationship with Rizzo. I think this round helped a lot. And I really like his game mind, so I think if we can be close, he can walk me through some of his thought processes, and then we can work together to figure out how to best navigate this game, because it is super sticky. And I just think Rizzo is very perceptive, even when he's not fully participating in a whole bunch of conversations. So I think that'll be great if he has some sort of power, which might be gone by next round. Who knows how they'll play the next round with the safety powers. Just flush it or whatever. I don't care. I don't care about these powers. So we'll see how that goes. I think Preston really misplayed this and he knows it. So that's good that he's at least aware of it. I mean, how can you not be aware of it? So Preston won the power of veto, and instead of taking down one of his number one allies, he decides to take down Louise to put up Rizzo, who he thinks is going to go easily. Rizzo is not going easily, and so now Preston is losing one of his number one allies, and doesn't look good. He didn't play it well. Before he made the veto, he went around and made 5 people promise that they would vote to keep Louise, and I was not included in those 5 people, and neither were a bunch of other people in the house, and that made them feel a certain way. So I think that's a major contribution to the tides turning, as well as not sitting well with people how Preston and Liv are perceived as a duo, and giving Liv a power kind of for just being his ally. So I think I would never risk my ally's life in a game for a power so inconsequential as safety without power, even if it's passable. I might be wrong. This power might not be inconsequential, but since Nikki already has the oldest one that was gonna evolve, or whatever it is at Final 14. Like, that's way too risky. Especially when there's been like a narrative around Liv already. Like, that was not the right move, and of course she's going home. So I do believe Liv will be evicted in the next couple hours, and I'm good with it.
And it's a shame because I really do like Rizzo. Me and Rizzo have had really good calls. Very personable, very just, we connected very well, very similar outlooks on life, very similar like characters that we like play up for shtick. So I felt really, really bad. And I said to people, like I said, honestly, straight up, I would want to keep Rizzo. But, ... I made a deal with Preston, and I promised him that I would keep Liv if he took me down. And that's where my confliction was, always. I always knew what was better for me and for my game, as much as I love, adore, and respect Olivia. I knew what was best for me, for my game, and I did believe that was keeping Rizzo. Rizzo would make me a priority in ways that I don't think that Liv could, even if she wanted to. And I think there was just a moment as I was going through, and so like I started my day really believing I was keeping Liv to keep my word, because my word is so important to me. And if you've played with me, 90% of you will know that I am someone who tries her best to keep my word when it is given. I'm very direct. I'm very to the point. I don't like to lie for no reason.
What I will say is I've done a pretty good job with my one-on-one connections with people, because very quickly it seems to be in my favor for me to stay. I'm a very cool and calm and collected individual. But I think last round did me wonders. I have 3 3-person chats. Michael, Christian, and myself. But they don't help me here because Christian's HOH and Michael doesn't vote. Lamont, Michael, and myself. Lamont has a vote and has told me he will keep me. And me, Jabbar, and Caro, which those 2 will keep me. So that's 3 locked. Megs told me she's going to keep me, and it completely makes sense for Megs to keep me because Liv literally threw her under the bus. That's 4. I don't see why Megan would lie to me. I did have some preconceived notions that Megan might be close to Preston and Erica in that group, which I think is true, but I'm starting to think that what Megan said to me in our call today about being wary of Preston is a little bit more accurate, so I do think she would vote for me to stay. That's 5. And now I need Nikki Louise to be 6 and 7 because Preston won't vote for me to stay with the tie.
We're almost at the end of round 4. Preston and Christian are the co-HOHs. I almost had to think about it because Christian being co-HOH kind of just disappeared, but like that's the only thing making sense why each other is Liv on the block. Now we're trying to keep Liv. Why am I trying to keep the person that nominated me and targeted me last round? It's weird. It's strange. I feel good about it. Because I feel good with Preston. I think Liv wouldn't nominate me, and I think the other side of the house is pretending to not have power, but does have power. But maybe I'm giving the power at the powerful people right now. We'll see. And it could still backfire. The vote's very up in the air right now. It's funny because in the beginning of the day, I thought we could get the votes to keep Liv. I think Kara wants to do it. I think Louise wants to do it. I think I want to do it. I think everybody wants to do it. Okay, let's do it. On our merry way we go. But then Louise and Kara are like, oh, we can't really do it. Okay. So then we don't have the votes. I'm sad about it. But I'm like, I told everybody I'm doing this. I told everybody I'm keeping my word. I'll keep my vote the same. I'll keep voting to keep Rizzo out. I do like Rizzo. I don't know. Like, he long-term plans, short-term plans. I did actually want to try working with Rizzo, but I think Liv needs me more. I think she realizes that, and I think we can work together. And yeah, them being a force good, but like, and they've all applied turning on each other, but like they could just be that, like, be like, let's make sure they all think we're turning on each other. But like, if everybody thinks you're a 4, like, and I think they would go up with each other more than they would go up with me. But okay, at this point it was like Liv's likely leaving, which is scary because then there's only 3 of them left, and like like somebody might target them, but like they might also have a close relationship with one of them, and then like I could go up or Trey could go up. Like the like people that voted with them but aren't actually with them could be the targets instead of the actual 4 being the target. So that was kind of nervous, but I was like, I promised, I gave my word. I told everybody I wanted to keep my word, so I'm just going to go through with this. Being on the fence just screws you over so much worse often than just having your opinion and doing what you want to do. So that's why I'm doing this. I still feel great about it. I have my power to keep me safe next round if necessary. I would much prefer to keep it in my pocket and not use it so I can get uber powerful in the round of 13.
Trey just told me that Rizzo's pitch to him was that if he won HOH, he would go after Preston's allies. And so his noms, if he won, would be me and Preston. So my decision is made. Bye, Rizzo. Valiant effort, truly. I vote to evict Rizzo. Now!
Hey, I'm voting to evict Olivia.
Hi. I unfortunately vote to evict Rizzo, not because I think he's going home.
I am evicting Liv.
I vote to evict Rizzo.
I vote to evict Rizzo.
Hey guys, I unfortunately vote to evict Liv.
I vote to evict Liv.
I am voting to evict Liv.
Once I reveal the vote, the evicted house guests will have a few moments to say their goodbyes and walk out the front door of the BBH house. By a vote of 5-5, we have a tie.
But then I get on a call with Louise and she's like, tee-hee, I'm being messy and being chaos. I'm saving Liv, and they don't know it. So that means now the vote is 5-5, with me breaking the tie, and nobody on Rizzo's side knows about it. Woo! Which was really fun.
So, as you guys know, as we have described earlier, in the event of a tie, in this situation where there is not a sole HOH, because there is not, based on Big Brother, I think U.S. precedent, the veto holder will instead get the tie-breaking vote. That person, of course, is Preston. All right, bringing Preston on.
I knew it beforehand, but I tried to look as surprised as possible on the stream. I didn't know I would have to go on a stream, so that took me off guard anyway. But
Preston, welcome. Congratulations on all the things that you accomplished in the competitions this week. But you have one more decision to make, and that is, of course, between Rizzo and Liv in the 5-5 tie. And you get to break the tie as the veto holder. So without further ado, get to it. Let's do it.
yeah, I mean, I don't think this will be shocking to anyone. I'm just a little taken off guard. But especially after today, I'm so sorry to do this, but I do vote to evict Rizzo.
And with that, with the tie-breaking vote, Rizzo, you have been evicted officially.
So, you know, I'm not close with Preston in this game, but I have allies that I have alleged allies that are. So they pretty much fill me in that, you know, Vito's getting used, Rizzo's on the block. So I pretty much knew that. I also have found out pretty early that Preston had basically cut deals. Who the fuck is this messaging me? Oh. Preston had cut deals with like 5 or 6 people to automatically fucking save Liv before like he even made the renom. And like I'm really gonna try not to lose my shit. But I don't even know why some of those people even agreed to the deal. If you knew Rizzo was the fucking renom, why would you? I don't know. I don't know the obligation to Preston and Liv, but what the fuck ever. Yeah, so I mean, I knew what it was. I knew it would be an uphill battle to try and save Rizzo, but quite frankly, I was willing to try because I don't think if I like tried or like voiced myself as much as I did today, I don't think that like honestly he would have even gotten 5 votes. So yeah, I knew what was happening pretty early on.
So you call yourself Rizzo's campaign manager on one call. I heard that, which I did chuckle at. That was good. Tell us about the day, conversations you had, and who you thought were able to be the vote to save Rizzo. Kind of because it was a long campaign. Talk about it.
So I mean, essentially, I figured that everybody besides Sarah and Erica would give Rizzo the benefit of the doubt, to be honest. And I felt like if Sarah or Erica said that they would, that it would be a blatant lie, to be honest. So I never really expected them. But, you know, talking to Lamont, talking to Megan and Rizzo, Trey was given some bullshit about how if, you know, there was 5 or 6 votes, then he would do it. Which, newsflash, if we have 6 votes, we don't need you to do it. So I see what you're doing. Yeah, Carol saying that she doesn't think that the votes are there, but she would do it if she thought that they were. And I'm like, okay, so let me go rally the votes. So, I mean, I didn't really talk to Megs we didn't really confirm. I told her that I was a victim Liv, like she was the first person besides Luis that I told. And her response was excellent, but Rizzo seemed pretty confident in hers. I really just tried to reconfirm with Lamont, reconfirm with Megan, get Louise on a call. Louise agreed to it. So once Louise agreed to it, you know, I'm looking at Trey had at this point said, you know what, I just want Liv to stay. And I'm like, okay, I respect that. Carol, you know, this put her in a very compromising position because then it's like, she said that if there were 5, she would be the 6th. So, Trey said if there was 6, he would be the 7th. So, it's time for people to put their money where their mouth is. So then Carol tells all of us, "Oh my goodness, I'm gonna do it. We have 6. It's locked. Rizzo's safe." So on and so forth. So yeah, I spent a lot of time on calls today, reconfirming, confirming. Um, I got the door shut in my face a few times with like Nikki. I didn't expect much from Sarah or Erica anyway. Trey, based off of how he handles a vote, I didn't expect him like towards the middle to end part of the day. But I thought that enough work was put in for 6 votes to be there to save Rizzo.